Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Whole Child Wednesday. My name is Janelle Drake, and I'm an outreach facilitator with Hamilton County Schools. We are so excited to have you all joining us this week. We did take a few weeks off, but we're excited to gear back up for the summer. For those who are new to Whole Child Wednesday, this is our opportunity in our effort to engage families around supports for the whole child. And we have some amazing guests that are going to be joining us, but before we dive in, we want to ask you to share this video. If you have comments or questions that you would like for us to address next week, please leave them in the comments. I'm going to turn it over to you, Patricia.
All right, thank you, Janelle. And it's great to be back with our families and our students again. So I know we ended in May, not quite sure if we were going to return, but it's so good to be back and to stay connected. And we hope everyone is doing well out there. As we get started, we definitely want to start by saying congratulations to our seniors. We know our seniors finished the year quite differently than possibly any of us that are listening. But I do want to say that this has been an outstanding year. So congratulations to our seniors. You guys have reinvented what the senior year can look like. And we hope that you will continue to prosper and move forward. And I will even say this. This may be your first, second graduation, but we hope that you will graduate many more times. So we have a quick video that we want to show just to say congratulations to our seniors.
Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Y'all are amazing. Congratulations. You're awesome.
Congratulations, class of 2020.
You've done it. You've graduated. We're so proud of you at On Point.
We are incredibly excited for you and your accomplishments.
At On Point, we want to help you thrive, but you're the ones who put in the work, you're the ones who faced all the adversity, and you're the ones that have come through stronger.
It is amazing the way that you've completed this wildly challenging and unusual year, but you did it. And that tells me that you're already prepared for whatever lies ahead, no matter how unpredictable it might be.
You're unique. I want you to remember you have reached a milestone that many of us have achieved. So keep achieving those goals, keep reaching those dreams. I want you to build your foundations on these principles: integrity, honor, respect, and good character, so that the foundation that you build is the foundation and the highest level that others can achieve that's behind you.
Your class has had to overcome obstacles like no other before you. You've had to shift your focus from present difficulty to the road ahead and the finish line. Obstacles lead to perseverance, and we're confident that the strength that you have built gives great hope for your future. Take this with you through life. Continue strong and thrive.
I just want to encourage you all to continue to ride the wave of life and understand that life brings with it ups and downs. There's going to be times where you accomplish your goals. There's going to be times where you're happy and have all these aspirations, and there are also going to be times where there's uncertainty, losses, but stay focused on your goal. Know what that goal is that you want to accomplish in your life and strive to reach that goal.
No matter the circumstances around you, keep striving for greatness and be the best you that you can be. There's a whole world out there waiting to be conquered, and you have made the first step in doing so.
Always love and support the people you care for, and be grateful for those who have supported you. Know that we are here with you. We are so excited to see the incredible things that are coming up next in your lives. God bless you. We love you. We're so very proud of you. Congratulations. You all are destined for greatness. You're going to be successful, and I can't wait to see you all just walking in your purpose and your destiny. Congratulations again, class of 2020. Y'all got this.
All right, that was awesome.
That was awesome.
It's a great video from our partners at On Point.
Yes.
And as we will get into today, it's very important for us to embrace our community partners. So we work together hand in hand. We know that educating kids is not something that one person can do. It takes a village to make sure that we produce good, strong, intellectual, as well as, we're going to talk about the non-academics today, but as well as just kind of preparing the whole child to be successful. So I know you want to hear from our special guest, but you know, Janelle, I always have like burning questions that I have to ask after these videos. So Takora, which is our special guest from Girls Inc., I'm going to start with you with this burning question before we really dig into the work that you do. But could you share maybe a memory from your senior year, as well as maybe some words of wisdom for our senior class that just graduated?
Yes, of course. So, wow, that was 19 years ago. I graduated from Chattanooga High School Center for Creative Arts in 2001 as a theater major. And I would say that my senior year was exciting. My senior year was full of ups and downs, but most importantly, what I gained from being a student at CCA was the support. So it was very family oriented. It's almost like, you know, the teachers knew if I had a bad day in English, they would talk to me in math class. So I think just overall the experiences that I was able to encounter being a student at CCA would be most memorable. But I think the biggest one would be my senior year. I was able to be an office aide for 2 blocks. And so I was able to support our president, not our principal, and be in the main office. So I was able to like hear those conversations about my peers who are not doing the right things. And then I was then sometimes asked to, you know, kind of be a leader and give them some advice. And this could be for students as, you know, younger. So my advice to the graduating seniors of 2020 would be stay committed, use your voice, and know your truth. So I guess first, self-care, making sure that everything that you aspire to be is within you and it's that what you want to do. And just as was stated earlier, making sure that you remember those who supported you. So as I sit in this role at Girls Inc., I'm reminded of all of the mentors, the teachers, the custodians, the cafeteria managers, who were a part of my experience from K through 12th grade. And I strive in this position to remember that someone is always looking at me. So it kind of keeps me grounded. So self-care is very, very important, no matter which pathway you decide to take once the fall comes.
That's awesome. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Janelle, you know what's coming.
Oh boy.
Tell us about a memory that you have of your senior year and any words of wisdom that you may have for seniors. Please share.
Okay, so I've talked about this before, but I didn't go into detail. Senior skip day. So that's like everybody's looking forward to that. But at my school, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I graduated from East Literature Magnet School. And so they were strict. And everybody knows everybody's going to do senior skip day, but it was like a big deal, and we actually really had to like sneak and skip. So I was scared out of my mind. But we did it. We went to Centennial Park in Nashville, and I had the most fun of my life. It wasn't even just kids from our school. It was kids from schools all over the city. Like, I just had so much fun. There were water balloons, water guns, all that different stuff. And that was just like really a highlight for me for my senior year, and just to end on a high note. Advice for the senior class is to really look ahead. That can be hard to do when you're thinking I'm just 17 or I'm just 18 years old and you're not thinking about those long-term goals. And I am speaking from experience. I don't know what I was thinking about when I was 18 years old, but I was not thinking long range ahead. I had parents that were making decisions for me. My college major was declared before I stepped foot on campus. You know, I was not thinking ahead, but hindsight is 2020. And so I would love to encourage some students that are going for it right now. Look ahead, make long range plans. I know 5 years, 4 years seems like a long way from now, but there are definitely steps you can put in place right now to achieve some of those goals you want to achieve. So look ahead.
That's awesome. You ladies have some strong advice. I love it. I love it. I guess when I think about my senior year, so I'm a graduate of Howard High School here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So very proud. I think all of the Howard alums are always very proud of Howard High School. I see the head shaking. So graduate of Howard High School, high school, and especially my senior year, I mean, it was about my friends. So I'm just being honest. Yes, grades were extremely important, but relationships were important. And I look back then on how, you know, you had friends, and at that time, you were friends with everyone that graduated during your year. It wasn't just your school. So it was Central, it was City, it was Brainerd. So all of the people, you know, within my age range in Chattanooga were people that I socialized with. So I remember socializing with others. Yes, you get the work done, but your senior year, you should have the bulk of everything you need to graduate. So there was no pressure saying, oh my gosh, I got to make sure I take all of these classes. You know, those things, you know, they were front loaded. So you made sure you did those things 9th, 10th, 11th grade, and 12th grade year, you had your, you know, just the minor things you needed to graduate. So just making sure that those relationships, you know, key relationships, some of my best friends, we still stay in contact. So just kind of making sure those relationships were in place, and then making sure I can remember, my grandmother would always tell me, birds of a feather flock together. So choosing my friends wisely, because you know, your friends, whether you like it or not, they can help determine your future. So that will be a piece of advice that I will share with our graduates now, senior graduates. Choose your friends wisely, because whether we like it or not, your friends can help determine your future. And then just reassuring them that intellect is extremely important. It's important to have good grades. That's what gets you in the door, if it's college, if it's a job, but it's your character that's going to keep you there. So be kind to yourself and be kind to other people. So. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, we kind of took a trip down memory lane. I love that. Okay, Janelle, so talk to us about our special guests, and we'll learn some more information about our community resources.
All right. So I'm so excited to have Takora Johnson joining us. I've known Takora for several years. I have had the pleasure of working up under her leadership, and I have seen firsthand her passion for children, whether they're girls or boys, whatever. I have seen firsthand her passion for children. So I've also been able to see how that passion translates into what Girls Inc. of Chattanooga is today. So I'm so excited to have her on, just to share a little bit more about herself and about what Girls Inc. is offering this summer. So welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself and about Girls Inc. of Chattanooga.
Okay. Well, as you mentioned, my name is Takora Johnson, born and raised here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am a graduate from Chattanooga High School Center for Creative Arts. Born and raised, I started that journey. I would say East Chattanooga, your Avondale area. And then my family moved to the west side. So I was there. So I went to Normal Park, Chattanooga Middle, and Chattanooga High and Chattanooga Middle kind of had a different name every year, but was able to finish at CCA. So I was the second graduating class from CCA. So it was really exciting to be a part of something new. So I was selected to be in the performing arts at the high school as a sixth grader. So from 6th to 12th grade, I started every morning at the high school. So that was really big for me, being a sixth grader on the bus with 9th through 12th grade students from my community. So it was just awesome to have like a sneak peek into what high school would be like. After completing my time at CCA, I went off to the University of Tennessee at Knoxville, where I obtained a undergraduate degree in a Bachelor's of Science with a focus in community health education. So earlier, Mrs. Drake talked about putting the steps ahead and thinking and having long term. Nothing that I thought would happen in my life, professional or personal, happened. So today I was supposed to be the president and CEO of a pediatric hospital. But now I have the opportunity to still satisfy my need to support, motivate, and encourage youth as the Senior Director Program Operations for Girls Inc. So ecstatic to be home and to be able to pour into the neighborhoods and communities that poured into me. So I do believe that it has been a full circle, and 10 years. I've been with Girls Inc. for 10 years. I'm in several different capacities. So just loving the opportunity to see growth. We did have some exponential growth. And so being able to monitor that and be able to just grow our network, grow our partners, grow the schools that we serve, the youth and family development centers that we're at. Just excited to see that I started in a managerial role with Girls Inc., supervising 2 program coordinators. And today, as Senior Director of Program Operations, I have managed up to 14 program staff. So it has been a great experience for me.
That's awesome. And I love hearing about the diversity, even with the schools and the neighborhoods, and just how much you've gone around just the city and have been able to see, what it has to offer and what's needed. What would you say has been like one of the most rewarding things for you just along this process? I know you're not where you thought you would be, but you're in a good place. So what's been one of the most rewarding things for you?
Well, I would say that, so when I left Chattanooga in 2001, and let me say that it is a drastic difference from 2001 into 2020, or just even in 2008, there have been a lot of changes to our city. And so when I left in 2001, I vowed to my mother and my father, done this Chattanooga thing, I am never, ever, ever coming back. I'm not coming back. Went off to Knoxville, obtained undergrad degree, a graduate degree, and I began to work, like looking for jobs. 90 applications went out everywhere but Chattanooga, Tennessee. Had a lot of response, but the positions that I were applying for needed some managerial experience, and I was fresh out of graduate school. I only held like part-time jobs at the mall and different things like that. And so just my journey, how the journey started at Girls Inc. has been like one of the biggest highlights. Because again, someone took a chance on me. Our then president and CEO, B. Lurie, they were looking for a managerial position to be filled, and I applied and, was very honest that I had no managerial experience. I've been like a team leader. I've been like a birthday coordinator, different things like that, but managing a group of people. So day one with Girls Inc. has been a highlight. But as you mentioned, like when I first started, we were solely after school and seasonal camps. And so the first time we had the opportunity to partner with a local middle school to offer an in-school program, it's like that happened, and we had great program educators to implement those programs. And from there, people begin to learn about it. So we've been able to expand how we deliver our program to go into schools during the school day, to be a part of the fabric of that community. So that has been one of the biggest highlights, is just seeing an expansion. And when I say an exponential growth, as I mentioned, I went from 2 staff to up to 14. So I guess just the opportunity to figure it out together. Like, there was no blueprint on what growth looked like for Girls Inc. So just the support from the community, the support from our parents and our board members to say, we can do this, and, you know, that be given to me to supervise. And so that has been the most rewarding, is to see the growth and us to diversify ourselves within the community.
I love that. So I pulled 2 things out of what you just said: persistence,
Yes.
and keeping an open mind, keeping your options open. And I think that is such an important lesson for our students to, you know, you can apply to 90 jobs, you can apply to 5 jobs and not get a response back, but keep going, don't stop. And I love that you're being open. You weren't wanting to come back to Chattanooga, but you came. And I'm glad you came, because our paths are able to cross.
Yes.
Even just listening to what you're talking about that growth with Girls Inc. and expanding from after school programs to an in-school program. I don't even know if I've even shared this with you before, but when I first applied to Girls Inc., I was just finishing school, and I was looking for a job that would allow me to be on a teacher schedule. I did not have my license to teach, but I knew that's what I wanted. I needed to be on a teacher schedule. I had a young child. I had things I needed to do in the summer, so that's what I needed. And I went out and I applied for a job, one of those new programs that allow me to be in a school. And from there, that led to my connection with Hamilton County Schools, and really into why I'm in the position I'm in right now. So thank you for your persistence, and thank you for leading that growth for Girls Inc. So speaking about what Girls Inc. has to offer, and just some of the innovative programs that they've had in place, I've heard from people that have their children involved in some of the virtual camps you all are offering, and I've seen the flyers. But can you tell everybody else about what Girls Inc. is offering this summer?
So traditionally, Girls Inc., for our seasonal camps, which would be your fall, spring, and summer break camps, we've offered day camps. So you may hear us use the term brick and mortar. So we've always been in a physical setting. So I would say we're going to talk about spring break this year first. So I was in a board meeting, and laid out to the board, you know, we're going to open our doors as long as Brandon United Methodist Church, where we have our campus, will allow us. We're going to open. And, you know, I ran from opening to close, what it looked like, even before we had all the restrictions that we have now that are being lessened. And so I was excited. I was like, whoo, some normalcy. The next morning, I called our contacts at Brandon United Methodist Church, said that the board gave us 2 thumbs up, and Brandon United Methodist Church said, oh, we forgot to update you. But the district, the United Methodist District, has suspended services, parents' night out, so no one can be in the building at this time. So right there in that moment, it was like, okay, what do we do? Because our girls, our families, our community needs us. And so the next morning, I assembled the team virtually because we were all working from home. And I said, we're going to do a virtual spring break camp. It was crickets for about 2 minutes. And they said, how are we going to do this? And I said, we're going to do this strong, smart, and bold. And so we were able to offer a camp over spring break called All Things Strong, Smart, and Bold. It was decided on Wednesday. We were ready to rock and roll the following Tuesday. So from there, we took this opportunity to do a SWOT analysis. We had feedback from our girls. We had daily debriefs on what worked, because at this point, I'm like, there is a strong possibility that we will have to offer something virtually. And we didn't have a blueprint. Girls Inc. National didn't necessarily have a blueprint for what they would look like. So Girls Inc. of Chattanooga just went out there and figured out what it would take. And so as a result of that, we've had a lot of support. We've have an opportunity to go out and share with others what worked, what didn't work. So we've just kind of been a canvas on helping others determine and decide the benefits and the pros and cons to having a virtual platform. And so we are excited that yesterday was our first day we were able to offer Girls Connected. We have 2 virtual summer learning opportunities for our elementary age girls and our middle school age girls. And those are every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday until June the 25th. Our goal is to most importantly give our girls an opportunity to focus on that social emotional support. Some of our girls, their only safe havens and environments are the schools and Girls Inc. So we have been, since March 16th, been communicating with our families weekly. We've been able to be like a resource guide for them, or just calling and just talking to our girls about things that they are experiencing and being a support to our parents. From that, we have, we're gonna have a focus on academic enrichment. So I've been working a lot with United Way. We've been working a lot with the Summer Task Force and also with Hamilton County Schools to make sure that we're able to integrate some academic enrichment and support. So what we've been doing is a lot around literacy and a lot around STEM. So we're still keeping it, putting the Girls Inc. spin on it, but we're making sure that we are increasing their knowledge, teaching them a new skill, and most importantly, changing and supporting whatever attitude or behavior that they may exhibit, be either direction. Just excited. So the girls are hopping on at different times. So elementary is from 8:30 to 12:30. And we want families to have that autonomy and have that discretion. So all of the activities that our program team have created are no longer than 30 to 45 minutes. Each activity stands alone. So if a family elects to only do a few hours a day, that's completely fine. If they only elect to do 1 week, whenever you decide to join, you will be able to be in the flow. So you won't feel as though you have missed anything. And another thing that we are doing to support that and things that we learned over spring break camp is access to supplies. So we have a program called Girl Connected Kits, where the team are assembling supply packets and families come to Brandon United Methodist Church to pick those up. We have 2 time periods that they can come and pick those up. And so we give you some very basic supplies, and then we're able to give you those supplies that are very specific to the lessons that the program coordinators are facilitating. So it has been awesome to first make that connection, but be able to kind of remove some of those barriers, because it's heartbreaking when you say, you know, everyone needs to have a box of crayons, and just some of our families, like those things are still at the school or may have only been provided at school, or you've used them up and you don't have them at this present time. So we're excited to be able to provide the supplies to our families that have enrolled in Girls Connected. And those supplies are available for our elementary participants and our teen participants.
That is awesome. I knew that it was a virtual camp, but I had no idea you guys are providing supplies and all that. That's amazing. A great resource for our students. So if a parent wants to enroll their student in this camp, where can they go to do that?
So the first step would be to visit our website, which is girlsincofchat.org. From there is a link that a drop-down option that says summer camps, and all the information is on there. You can register, you can learn a little bit more about what we're trying to do by connecting our girls, because for some of our families, our seasonal camps are the only time the girls get to interact. So how do we continue to have our families that are in the Hickson area that live, work, and play in Hickson still be able to connect with our families in the East Brainerd area? So it is very important that they understand that this is, like, we are doing meaningful things, but there may be some times where the girls are just interacting or doing show and tell or just seeing each other because they were not able to see each other for spring break camp. Or calling myself, call me, I can walk you through the process, let you know about the ins and outs, and I can be more intentional in what our objectives and our vision are. But all of the information can be found on our website. You can go to our Facebook page, Girls in Chat, and everything is with 2 T's. And you can also visit our Instagram page, same handle, Girls in Chat with 2 T's. All of that information is available on there, along with any email addresses and telephone numbers that you may need.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Parents, you heard that. Make sure that you check out Girls Inc. virtual camp options that they have, and just check out the websites that she mentioned. We will leave those in the comments and as well as in the post of this video. So Takora, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been great to have you on and just to hear more about what Girls Inc. of Chat is offering.
And thank you all, and thanks for the opportunity to share. And I want to say, not congratulations, but job well done. I have been ecstatic just to see the response that the Hamilton County School District did for our students and our families. So I'm excited to be a part of what's happening as we help our families navigate through what I would say a new normal. So again, good job. Job well done to you all.
Yep. Well, it takes a village.
That's
So
right.
It does.
That's right.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you
so much.
Bye.
Before we hop off, I do want to let parents know we do have the new family resource page for Hamilton County Schools families. So we will be sharing information like what Girls Inc. is offering there, as well as additional community resources. So make sure that you check that out. That will also be linked below. Patricia, do you have anything before we close out?
No, I think you covered everything. I'm sure we'll have some more updates as we go throughout the week, but I think so far you've covered everything.
All right, sounds good. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.